Hi, I'm Saren.
And I'm Ray.
We're your Spider Baby hosts from To Know Her Is to Fear Her, a Spider-Woman podcast, as well as proud members of the collective.
You're listening to Capes and Lunatics. Gimme, gimme.
This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dink. That's a new one.
Yeah, he just recorded a bunch of new ones.
His voice is changing already. Oh.
I know. He's 8. He's almost a man. Hello and welcome.
Yeah, he's old enough to fight crime.
That's right. He's old enough for a millionaire to throw him in the line of fire.
That's right.
Welcome back to another episode of the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me as always, the cat lady herself, it is.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
And who's that joining us tonight? It's the dog lady. It is.
It is Queen of the Armadillos, Lilith Hellfire. So happy to be here. I heard there were some boner jokes, so I had to show. It's not 69, but close enough.
Hey, I know Batman 66, kind of close. But yes, we had to call in our resident Capes and Lunatics boner expert, Lilith Hellfire.
You Ray? I answered. So whose idea was this? Which one?
Actually, I put it on the list.
Not my professional professor. No.
Yeah. This one is so internet famous. I figured we had to cover it.
It's so funny because if we hadn't covered this here, I would have put it on our list for our Batman show. But yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, that works.
I mean, you could probably cover it both places. Batman and Robin are both in it, obviously.
The boners will last for 2 episodes.
Call a doctor. Yeah, this is old school Batman the way I like it, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we jump into this because I don't think there's any new Nightwing news or anything.
Nope, we're just waiting 2 more weeks, right?
Yeah,
and then
the 20th, I think the new issue comes out.
Yeah, yes. So Lilith was asking. I picked this one because I knew it was internet. I mean, it's so internet famous. And actually, I once bought on eBay a little pin where somebody had cut out that picture of Robin saying, "What does he mean, Bruce? How can he force you into a boner?" And so I have a little pin of that. So I decided, this is internet famous. We should do this one. But really, they use the word boner way more times than I remembered.
Yes, this is definitely take a sip of your favorite beverage material.
It's kind of ridiculous.
That's right.
I can't believe the Comic Codes Authority let them get away with this.
Well, I think this is still pre-authority.
Oh my!
I think the authority came in like 55 or so, because I think Seduction of the Innocent came out in 54.
Yeah, because this is August 1951.
Although, I've read Seduction of the Innocent, and I don't think that we're the mentioned boner anywhere. You really missed an opportunity there.
Oh, Seduction of the Innocent. They were just like, as long as it's heterosexual boners, that's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so yes, count along, kids.
Oh. I think they'll lose track.
I know. Well, that's why I'm going to try to hit this every time someone says it. All right, so... and then you get the big totem pole on the cover. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I don't quite understand that.
With the giant head on the end of it, the Joker head. I'm like, come on. They knew what they were doing. I usually don't have to do this here, but of course Lilith's here, so remember, kids.
Nobody tell Rob! I'm going to be on my best behavior. I don't want the professor to be disappointed in me.
I won't be disappointed in you.
The real professor. At first I was going to be like, wait a minute.
The real professor.
Well, don't say that. Will's also a real professor. It's that Charlie Esser who just...
You know who I'm talking about.
All right, so, yes, the Joker's Comedy of Errors written by Bill Finger.
Yeah, Bill Finger wrote all of them in this episode. Because I have a couple things to say about the Robin the second one, but obviously the main event is Joker's boner.
The Joker's collection of the great boners of history, just chef's kiss.
Yeah, exactly. And even in the very beginning, he's recreating the classic eras of history for personal gain, and in addition, readies a special boner just for Batman.
Reserved for Batman's Folly. Hey-o.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm like, should we have done a live read? I mean, but no, even like that first page, like that whole text box, it's but only a sense of humor like the Jokers could think of translating boners into crimes. Well,
Right. Well, that's true. I mean, actually, the opening line is, "You've probably committed some boners in your time. Most everybody has." There you go.
I'm gonna date myself, but if you're a kid of the '90s, you probably remember Growing Pains and how that guy's best friend's name was Boner.
Oh yeah, Kirk Cameron's best friend, yeah, Boner.
Was he named after this kind of Joker's boner or a different kind of boner?
He was a bonehead. So
see, yeah, I guess that's the same one where Joker's coming from, is a bonehead. A bonehead makes boners. But
us modern people we're just so smutty. Our minds are always in the gutter.
Oh my lord! But yes, baseball's classic boner. That picture on the wall. And then kids, look, Columbus set out for India and discovered America. Right.
I thought they were definitely going to have the Titanic. How do you miss an iceberg?
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I like that he's a little bit making fun of Columbus, but on the other hand, I mean, I feel like what Columbus did is a little bit above the boner. It's like, you set out looking for India, and then you started a genocide of native peoples. I feel like that's maybe a little bit more than a boner.
Yeah, like Lil said, wouldn't the Titanic be a bigger boner? You know, you hit that iceberg and it penetrated the hull.
Well, yeah, but see, we're only seeing part of his gallery. It could be huge. We have no idea.
He has a huge gallery of boners.
He's a grower, not a shower.
I mean, because there's some on the other side of the door that we can't see yet. And I must admit that I should have looked it up. Baseball's classic boner when Merkel of the Giants forgot to touch second. Is that real?
Probably. I mean, the Columbus thing was real, so.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, it would have been something that people in 1951 knew. Because I'm guessing unless you're a baseball person, that one's kind of forgotten.
Yeah, I think that's a really old one. But yes, this whole thing starts with, Joker goes, he's robbing the electric company.
Yeah, that's funny. He turns the power out at the electric company, but he wants to use the elevator to escape, and not smart, doesn't realize turning the power out means
this is why you need sidekicks.
Yeah,
you gotta bounce those ideas off of somebody.
Exactly, yeah. You should have talked this out ahead of time, Joker.
I mean, I know.
Oh, yes. What a fool I've been! How could I blunder so? And of course, Batman gets him.
Batman and Robin. Looks like you stepped in something this time, Joker.
Yeah, he did.
I just love it. How do you expect this elevator to move? You cut off all the electricity!
Like,
I know. I'm like, I'd still think people...
He's having a temper tantrum at that point.
Didn't people in 51 still know you needed electricity to power elevators?
Yeah, but the Joker's not thinking. That's why it's a boner.
That's true. Okay, and again, they're robbing the electric company, but so they get away by throwing a match in the chemicals used for film. What film were they processing at the electric company?
Yeah, I don't know.
These were a different time, apparently.
Right, and now, of course, also so different. They're stealing money at the electric company. I mean, I feel like there's absolutely no money at the electric company nowadays.
No,
everybody
there's
pays.
not even checks at the electric company.
I know. Everybody pays.
You have to hack into the freaking Chase account to get the money.
I was going to say, it's either electronic or check. Yeah, there are no cash.
Yeah, so... And yeah, when they say they're robbing the payroll, I mean, really, even in the 50s, you expect me to believe they were paying people in cash? I don't know about that.
No, I can see that.
But again...
maybe not the electric company, but certain companies surely were still paying in cash.
Yeah.
But it is 19...
I mean, you could buy a car on a handshake, you know? That we're still dealing with those times.
But it is 51, you know? I'm sure they were writing this. They're like, kids don't know any different.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's true, yeah. Kids probably figure, they'd send you like a sack of money when it's your paycheck. There you go.
Oh, my lord. But the next, Joker gets away. But, you see that headline the next day? Joker...
Yeah, the the newspapers in this story are top shelf.
Joker pulls boner of the year.
Perfect crime fizzles. Read all about it.
And then underneath, and then you see, so the top headline is Joker pulls boner of the year, and then underneath the fold is other famous all-time boners. So some journalist was like, oh, the Joker screwed up. Great, I've had this article just waiting.
He had the clips files.
Yeah, let me pull this out. It's like an early listicle, it's BuzzFeed, top 10 boners of all time.
If BuzzFeed was a fictional newspaper, it would totally be based in Gotham. I agree.
For real.
And
You're right.
If this was a modern paper, famous boners, it'd be like, Bill Clinton, Charlie Sheen.
So true.
But then, and then at Joker's hideout, he's punched.
Well, no, you notice there's multiple papers. Yeah, the one paper, the On Bulletin,
but just look at him
that,
punching
and then
that,
the Joker's reading the
paper.
Gazette, where it must be everybody, I don't know.
Chortle at Joker's boner. Nuff said.
Right.
This is why he's mad. That's the headline that made him mad.
And then his quote, this emphasis on boners, which has given me an idea for a new adventure in crime. Gotham City will rue the day it mentioned the word boner.
Somebody get Catwoman on the phone.
Hey, she was too busy last week getting spanked by Alfred, so.
Oh, you guys did that one last week?
They don't
Did
show.
you tell Charlie? Because that's his jam.
I know.
That one with that one's so awkward.
But they don't even show it because he's just like, he tells her he's going to spank her. Then he shows up later. He's like, oh, she's not going to be able to sit down for a while.
Yeah, we read that one because it was birthday themed. Because also in that one is the one where Dick spends all his allowance on war bonds, so he has to get a job as a telegraph boy so he can buy Bruce a birthday present.
Wow.
It was like in the 40s.
I know, right?
Wow.
I know. The 40s were a weird time.
Oh, the first.
Also, according to Batman comics, if you were a telegraph boy, you might also get roped into mowing some lady's lawn.
Wink, wink.
Oh, Lord. But no, the first one we covered last week, Batman 10, the first story, it's Dick's birthday again. Bruce wakes him up by spanking him.
And the narration is creepy on that one, too. It's like, a hand clenches down and slaps yielding flesh.
What is this, some kind of Lilith Hellfire fanfiction?
I don't know. And then it gives him...
You sometimes wonder, what were these people smoking?
I see why the Comics Code Authority had to come to be. I see it now.
And then it gives Dick his own bat plane. They go for a flight. They fly past an island. Dick's like, I think I see a dinosaur. Remember, Kristen, what did he say? He's like, don't be gay.
Batman says, don't get gay. And I still have not figured out what exactly. Context clues, but I've never seen it. I've never seen the word used in that context anywhere else.
Because back then, didn't it mean happy?
Yeah. So I don't know.
So yes,
but don't get happy still doesn't make sense. No, I really don't know what Batman's saying.
Well, you should be terrified. That's the appropriate response. He's like, were you some kind of weirdo?
Right.
So yes.
Are you into dinosaurs?
So this boner thing.
So back to this episode. A few nights later on the banks of the Gotham River, I will take the great boners of all time and turn them into crimes. See this picture? It shows a big boner of modern vintage. Like, you can't make this stuff up.
That battleship also got stuck in the mud. There's just a lot of subtext. That's all that I'm saying.
Yes. It was quite a boner.
It ran aground. It was quite a boner. We'll recreate the scene. So see, Joker wants to recreate the boner for the loot.
Right.
Him and every other stripper.
I mean, just reading this, 60, what is this? 50, 70. Oh my God, this is 70 years old. Wow. Reading this 70 years later really has a different context.
The touch tones are definitely lost to time.
Yes, actually, which that reminds me, while we keep talking, I'm going to go to the Oxford English Dictionary and look up boner so we can...
Make sure to wipe your hard drive afterwards.
No, the Oxford English Dictionary is a true treasure. All the cuss words are in there.
So so they go for this big boat, and then the next day, again, these headlines are just classic. Stung
by his boner.
Joker lashes back. First boner crime.
Wait, should he be going door to door, letting people know when he moves, or?
Good one.
Suck it, Kona.
And then, what's this? The Leaning Tower?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I just looked up on the Oxford English Dictionary boner. Some other interesting things. It could be a person employed in an abattoir to cut meat from bones. So that's like, the person at the butcher shop. Or a cow of moderate to poor quality whose meat is typically used for low-grade beef. But chiefly North American, a mistake, blunder, a poor decision, or tactical error. And one of the very first ones is from a newspaper in Ohio in 1912. But then also slang, originally U.S., an erection of the penis, or a strong attraction to or state of excitement about something specified. And the first quote is from 1936. So that means that both definitions of boner are overlapping when they write this comic.
Like the penis.
So now I'm wondering, is Bill Finger doing this on purpose to sell comics?
Man.
So
Absolutely. He was that kind of guy. Absolutely.
salacious.
He's like, all the older people are going to know it as like a bonehead move, but all the youths are going to be thinking this other thing.
Hello, fellow kids.
Very interesting. Bill Finger, you devil, you.
So boner can also be someone who handles meat. Lilith, you boner.
No. You don't want to take the bones out. You want to leave them in. The marrow it seeps into the fat, makes it taste better. Everybody knows that.
But
or a school slang in Britain, a boner is a punch to a bony part of the body.
Oh.
So,
ladies, never punched a boner.
Yeah, it could be you punch their arm or hand.
At least not without asking.
Only with
Don't
consent,
kink
Hollow.
All right. Well, that was a fun.
We get the Leaning Tower of Pisa next.
I know the leaning tower. The Leaning Tower.
That honestly, that makes this comic that much better, knowing that Bill Finger could have known he was making these double entendres the entire time he's writing this comic.
I always assume that the writers always know. I just always assume that.
Yeah.
So the Leaning Tower of Pisa is one of the greatest architectural boners in history. So what are the other ones?
I don't know. I feel like they just, and I don't know if
Really?
the Leaning Tower of Pisa is a major tourist attraction. I mean, I guess it's a mistake, but it feels like, I don't know, shouldn't you pick something that totally fell apart or something?
Wow.
But, you got to write a lot of comics, so you just go for, it's
just the Americanness of it all, to be honest.
Right, and you're like, what's a famous building that's a little bit messed up? Oh, yeah, that tower that leans. That'll work.
I mean, it looks like it's going to fall over.
If only it was actually the Leaning Tower of Pizza, like I said when I was like 4. That would be more impressive.
If only he had left it. If only he had left it standing straight up in Superman 3. Huh, Lil? Superman 3.
Maybe they also just wanted to have the artist draw a castle. Because people in Gotham are always doing weird things like, I have money, so I'm going to build myself a castle. Or, I have money, and I'm going to build myself some weird glass futuristic house. Or, you're just like...
They have no zoning laws, no HOAs.
Yeah, no zoning, no OSHA, no...
Hey, where I live...
It's a free-for-all.
Hey, where I live, there's really no zoning. I mean, you could put I could knock this house down and put a business up. It don't matter.
But can you knock your house down and put a castle up behind you?
I don't know.
Those big houses down the back road.
What?
Those big houses down there, like you go down a couple of miles and then turn that corner.
Oh, yeah.
Big houses that are like empty by you. Those are like McMansion monstrosities.
I know.
Well, I think you should start slapping up a castle then, Phil. Let's go.
No, I want a clubhouse in a cave beneath my house.
With a big penny and a dinosaur.
Why wouldn't you? All right.
But yeah, they're gonna turn this.
I don't know. That page is pretty good, but not quite as bonerlicious on the pizza.
King Staley bragged that no one could scale his wall and rob his castle, but he didn't bargain on the Joker and his boner crimes.
Oh my.
You do. I mean, how could you know? All right. Then the Joker on the radio. How do you like my boner crimes? Ha ha ha. Who's laughing now?
Us, sir. We're still laughing.
And he says, there are more boner crimes to come. Soon Batman will make the boner of the year. And then that's where Robin says, what does he mean, Bruce? How can he force you into a boner? I don't know, but whatever it isn't good. That's for sure. True words have never been spoken, Batman. And then I love this. This is another thing that is funny about comic books. Is they're always, whatever they need is just perfectly a book. Because then Bruce is like, oh, let's continue our study of the great boners of all time. And he just pulls a book off the shelf. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't just walk into the library. Oh, hey, I need a book about
that.
Yeah,
I need a book about, but I mean, I don't think people have written, like, heads up, here's the greatest boners of all time.
I was going to say,
that would just be too
not in the 50s. No, ma'am.
Exactly.
You don't think he has a book in his criminology library about the great boners of history?
I mean, now, honestly, I'm kind of surprised somebody hasn't written that book because of this comic. And so now I kind of want to know if it's there. And if it's not, now I kind of want us to write it.
Now you have to, now we have to, that's the rule. If you think of something and nobody's written it, you have to do it.
That's right. I mean, and obviously the greatest boner in history is this comic right here.
I don't know. Wait till we get to All-Star Batman and Robin.
Oh, boy.
It's a close second. It's later in the year. We gotta pace ourselves.
I know. Oh my god.
And then just more subtext, getting this good stuff in, Bill Finger. Now another boner crime is a gun made out of wood.
Wood, Jerry. Wood. I know, but I know.
Bill Finger is really outdoing himself here.
His henchman is ready for it. He's like, are you ready for another boner crime, Joker?
He is ready.
Oh my
but
god.
He does make a good point. It wouldn't get past the metal detector. But then I just always think of that scene in Batman Begins where the gun doesn't work.
True.
No, that's Dark Knight. Never mind.
Oh, look, now I was talking about John Dillinger, who committed a glaring boner.
Yeah, no, the guard committed the boner.
Oh, yeah.
Dillinger was the sneaky guy that used a wooden gun. And he is a wooden gun, but he bangs his ring. Prison was so lax in the 50s, they let you keep your jewelry.
Actually, you're still allowed to keep your wedding band.
Oh, well, that's good. I guess maybe this dude's married. But I love the cop. Golly, it is a real gun.
Don't hurt me.
So we have all these boners flying around, and then the cop's like, golly.
I'm never going to be done cutting this episode up.
All right.
The boner crimes are making us look bad.
Yeah, they are.
Somebody get Olivia Benson in on here.
It's not easy pulling a boner crime, Lilith. It's kind of hard.
If you're
hello, you guys, you looked over when you said the boner crime, but you forgot the next sentence. And I'm worried about the boner he's rending for you? How did you not? You can't just skip over something like that.
Oh, but what about the guy they were breaking out of jail who was banging that wood against the metal bars, so they thought it was a real gun?
Yeah, that was the Dillinger.
Banging that wood.
Yep. So now we're at the wooden horse. We're on the next page.
Horse?
Of course.
Yeah, because now they're going to recreate Greece. Or Troy, the Trojan War.
It represents one of the classic boners of all time.
That's not even a true story.
Right. Also, I don't think it was a boner. It was a trick.
It's a metaphorical boner.
Well, the person that opened the gate committed the ultimate boner, for sure.
It's a metaphor.
Like, come on, they're really going to
in the story, the Greek gods are involved, so they couldn't have not taken it in. Remember? Because Laocoon's like, dudes, we really should not take this giant horse in. This feels highly suspicious. And then snakes come out of the sea and kill him. And everyone's like, whoa, damn. We better take it in.
The Trojan
there you
horse,
go.
a giant wooden boner.
Hey, don't say that. But yeah,
Oh yeah, it's for this movie.
they're movies. And the crook, this horse gag is terrific.
So there's a lot of movies.
No, it's not like you guys invented it.
They're filming a lot of movies here too, because that was the whole thing with that. They saw that dinosaur on the island. They were shooting a film.
Yeah. Well, it's a great,
Tax credits, baby.
It's a great excuse. It's a great excuse for anything weird to happen. Oh, it's a movie. Oh, it's a movie.
Oh, you know what? All the weird houses. Sets. Leftover sets.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
Well, if they're on this island and a lion almost kills Batman, and he's like, "Oh wait, what about that lion? What you're filming a movie? What about that lion? Oh, we would have shot him if he would have tried to hurt you."
Yeah, but that feels.
I mean, that's back in the day. That's true.
Yeah, that's
that
really
was
on
40s.
point. I think
That was 40s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then this one. Okay, so they're about to get everybody. They're fighting on the horse, and then Robin's foot hits a spot of grease. How is there grease on top of?
You don't want to know, Kristen. You don't want to.
Damn it, grease! I lost my footing. I love that picture of him. He's like,
Is that like a joke?
Hold on, I'm coming. There you go, Philip.
Is that like a Joker joke? You know, they were talking about Greece and the Greeks, so he put
yeah, I
Greece
don't know.
down.
Yeah, it's like Greeks, and then he's like, oh no, grease on the horse, maybe.
It's like why Ajax is tough on Greece, because Ajax is Greece.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a pretty good. It might be. That's a pretty stellar pun. But yes, please enjoy Robin's falling, but really kind of looks like a dance move right there.
What is Dick Grayson?
Yeah.
Everything he does gracefully.
Oh, but wait, look at the radio. I mean, it looks like a microwave, but look at that radio. Yeah. The Joker.
Wait, which page are we on?
When it says
Oh yeah, the next one. Yeah, dang, that does look like a microwave for sure.
And the Joker's newest boner was foiled by Batman and Robin.
He's getting really upset right now.
Yeah, he is.
Confound
that Batman. That's how mad he is.
It is well that
confound.
it is well that I'm ready.
I'm ready to trick him into his boner. Whoa. We believe in consent in this house, Joker.
You always
Shame
said
on you.
you always said there was sexual tension there, Lilith.
Oh, everybody knows it.
Also, this other one where he says he'll be another wrong way Corrigan. Obviously, that is not nearly as famous now as it was back then. Because it sounds like they expect you to just know wrong way Corrigan. Oh, yep, he's an American aviator. Yep, it's true.
Because the Joker is going to, hit them with.
Yes, he flew. After a transcontinental flight from Long Beach, California to New York City, he flew from Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn, New York to Ireland, but his flight plan was to return to Long Island.
Wow. Yeah, I'd never come home. Sorry. I live here now. Sorry. You're going to marry me.
This is where I want to go all along.
That's like 50 years from now, people are going to be reading stuff. They're like, what the hell's a Kardashian?
Oh, no. We could be so lucky.
Yeah, I was just saying, I hope it's like that.
Yes, please. So yeah, Joker's going to use a powerful directional beam transmitter that'll cause Batman to fly the wrong way. Ho ho.
Also,
he's Batman. He's got real radar.
Yeah, he knows. Also, though, what's up with this ship? I mean, the ships on that page along the coast of England. Look at that ratty ship that has patches in its sails. England is not some like
old-timey sea.
Did they also go back in time?
See how bankrupt they went after we left them 200 years ago, kids. Yeah.
This is propaganda.
Exactly. Yeah, it
Although
is.
they could be on one of those old, like, they're still old, like, fishermen sea towns.
Yeah, that's definitely where they are, because look, they got that net over the side.
They're trying to...
and that guy, blimey, if it ain't the Bat plane.
Racist.
Now, what in the world is that Batman feller doing in these parts?
Yeah. Also, it cracks me up how this has become such a thing. Like, oh, it's so hilarious. Like, what, really? He flew somewhere. He flew somewhere else.
And I know they're trying to say,
People must have been easier to amuse.
They're saying the cloud cover is bad, but don't you think you would notice if you ended up in Europe instead of California? Boy, there's a lot of water down there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You should be flying over land if you're trying to go to California. Yes.
So now we have a headline of Batman's greatest boner.
That's right.
Wrong way, Batman. You're so American.
Lawman aims for California and winds up in England.
I know. And also, Joker, I mean, he's really putting a lot on this. The whole world is laughing at Batman. His reputation and he himself are destroyed. Like, really, one little plane mishap and you're like, that's it, he's done for.
Wait a minute. So there's a paper in Gotham called the Gotham Blade?
No, it's called Daily Blade. I don't know, it might be multiple places, multiple things.
Boy, I knew Gotham was rough,
It could be not just in Gotham.
I knew it was rough, but well, it says when they're sitting on the roof, Batman, the Gotham Blade would like you to hear your version of this story. I knew Gotham was rough, but they're even naming their papers after weapons. Jeez.
Hey, no way! The Toledo paper's named the Blade. It's awesome because Toledo, Spain, is famous for its swords.
Oh.
We're not famous for our swords though, but we swipe.
You know what? Tell Forged and Fire to move to your town, and then you could be famous for swords.
That's true. Gotham does have a lot of newspapers back then, but it was the 50s. A town like Gotham could sustain a lot of newspapers.
But then,
in case you're listening to this in the future, newspapers were these things.
Yes, newspapers were big pieces of paper. They had stories printed on them.
Yes,
the news.
And whatever you do, don't unfold them because you'll never get them perfectly back the way they were.
I'm gonna say paper.
Like maps.
And really, I think back in the 50s, they would have morning and evening newspapers because there was so much news happening.
Big.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
Well, yeah, I mean, we didn't even see a TV in this. All we saw was a giant.
We saw a microwave doubling as a radio.
Yeah, a giant ass radio. But then they find the Joker's.
Talk about your master blaster, man.
Then they find the Joker's hideout. How did you find my hideout?
And Batman, another quality quote. You committed a boner, Joker. You were so busy forcing me into a boner, you forgot you were committing one yourself.
Oh my.
Boom.
Man, the boners are flying all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, yes, Heath, we knew you were transmitting that signal that forced us off course, but using our directional finder, we were able to pinpoint its source, this hideout.
Actually, the Batman, oh my god, Batman's that guy. Well, actually, nobody asked you, Batman.
That's right. Actually, I think Robin says that.
Even worse.
So basically, Batman used his boner to capture the Joker.
Right.
Like all real fan fiction.
And then the dude then these are some quality quotes to end us off. Our city and indeed our nation owe you an apology, Batman. Actually, they committed the greatest boner of all by losing faith in you.
Aww.
And then
Mr. Mayor.
Aw, sentimental boner.
Let's hope we've seen the last of things like boners and Jokers.
Yeah, right. Oh, honey. Oh, sweet summer child.
You have not seen the last of me.
2021 and we're still waiting. Like, when are we gonna wrap up this Joker arc?
Never. He always comes back. Joker in prison. Bah. And look at Gordon smoking his pipe.
I know. I know, holding his jacket like he did something. What did he do? That's my boo.
I'm sure Gordon never lost his faith in Batman. He was probably in on the plan.
Oh, I'm sure he was. That's my boo.
Don't worry, Batman. I never doubted you. That's why Gordon has a satisfaction. He's like, I didn't commit a boner.
Hopefully it's the last we've seen. See of boners and Jokers. Wait 15 minutes.
Wait till next month, right?
That's optimistic of you.
It's 51. They're still young.
Wow, yeah.
So, I don't know if you won the
it really is just so amazing. I mean, and now knowing, man, Bill Finger was trolling us all.
I truly believe it. I don't doubt it at all.
Quite the master.
So did you want to cover that middle story? Because I know you want to cover that Batman.
No,
and Robin.
I thought the middle story was kind of bland.
Again, they have so many stories of them, like people shooting either like movies and stuff. It's
right. Yeah, that's right. It's another movie
like
one.
every other issue. It's like
The movie star who died twice.
I know. I mean, really, what I want to laugh about. Well, so the last one, Batman 2 and Robin Jr. This is also written by Bill Finger, and it's funny because it's so tonally different.
This is the original Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, this one is like so 1950s, father knows best, be a good, obedient child. And I mean, the other one was boners left and right. I'm like, how did the same dude write these? But mostly I want to talk about it for the sort of backhanded compliment of, so they go out and they're busting some criminals, but Batman's like, stay there. And, you go after the stooge. That's an order. But Robin's like, oh, that guy's open. So he tries to hit him, but he messes it up. And then when they get, it is funny because you've got Batman being a total dad. By not obeying orders, you almost got yourself killed. I'll speak to you at home, young man. What a dad move. What a dad move.
But the fact that he says, even though you're my ward, I couldn't love you more.
Exactly, that's the backhanded compliment. That's why I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, Dick, even though you're only my ward, I couldn't love you more if you were my own son. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Bruce, what the heck, man?
If the internet has taught us anything, every compliment Bruce gives Dick is backhanded.
Hell.
Not all of them. He's usually pretty good in this sort of like golden age. He's very dad. But yeah, this is one of those things that I do think, I don't know if I want to say they've been better about it, but there's definitely an undercurrent sometimes of, okay, we're kind of family, but like real family is biological family that I think is very, 40s, 50s.
Definitely.
That kind of thing. So yeah, he's like, oh, you're only my ward, but I couldn't love you more than if you were
But
my
he's
son.
totally going to pass the torch to him. He's like, one day you'll be Batman and your son will be Robin. So
I know,
right? Yeah.
You don't even give him a choice. He's like, yeah, someday you're going to be Batman too, see?
If you're going to inherit this money, that is the condition, son.
Right, yeah. He also just assumes that Dick will get married and have a kid. I was like,
It is
Bruce.
the 50s.
Yeah, thanks for just planning my life out for me.
He's no sissy. He's going to get married.
Right.
He's no
Also a classic 50s showing us just how much this is aimed at boys. Dick Grayson falls in love, marries, and one day his son is born. What's his wife's name?
I know.
No one cares. No one cares.
The minute I read
They
this,
still do that to this day.
the minute I read this, I was like, wait a minute. That wife's like in what, one panel, two panels? This is like, oh, what was her name? What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, is the wife even still around when they're out Batmaning and Robining? Who knows?
No,
She's baking cookies. Don't worry about
Right,
it.
probably.
just some blonde laying there in bed when she has the kid, and it's like, okay, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, I know. Did they get a divorce? I mean, obviously not. But
Oh my god, the year is 1975. Could you imagine?
I know.
Could you
and then-
imagine 1975 being your future?
The
Could you
future.
imagine?
Also, they were really ambitious. I mean, 1975, they're, going to space and, the
They
United...
called that one. They totally nailed that one.
Right, and the United... Well, but, like, we're going to space, not just a couple dudes on the moon. It's like, we're all just going to space to hang out.
Oh, there's all kinds of
And, like, the
futuristic stuff.
United Nations has a police commissioner. Oh, so by 1975, people actually listen to the United Nations? Wrong.
Bruce is
That is the most inaccurate part of this whole comic.
Bruce is still commissioner, but he still has to wear that trademark bat. He's like, yeah, you can be Batman too. I'm still Batman.
Right, yeah.
And it's so
Yeah, I
different.
know, he wears the Batman outfit with the Robin symbol on
I know.
it.
I was going to say it's so different from the modern age because it's always like, oh, we got to pretend you're Bruce. But here it's like, no, put that R on your chest. I want everyone to know that you're not the original
Right,
Batman.
yeah. I know. Also, then, I just want to point out, so then, since we're on, inappropriate things, okay, so Dick is teaching Dick Jr. How to be, the stuff. And then Dick Jr. says, now that I've learned judo, you better not try spanking me, Dad. And he goes, ha ha. I would just like to point out that exact, that situation with those exact words is also in the comics where, Bruce and Kathy Kane get married and they have Bruce Wayne Jr. and then he becomes, Robin and then Batman. There's that exact thing. Bruce is teaching him judo and the kid goes, and I even looked it up. I forgot to bring it upstairs, but I have it downstairs. And he even goes, exact words. Now that I've learned judo, you better not try spanking me, Seth.
Self-defense, kids!
And Bruce also goes, ha ha.
Okay, here's my question. All right, the blonde
They're even plagiarizing themselves.
We got the blonde wife who we never see again. We don't even get a name. Why does the kid look like Jimmy Olsen?
Maybe it is Jimmy Olsen's kid. Mind your business.
Maybe it's Jimmy Olsen's sister. Because Jimmy Olsen.
He's a strawberry blonde. Don't worry about it.
Jimmy Olsen and Robin are kind of BFFs. Yeah, actually, I was thinking, is this the first red-haired Robin? Boom, he beat Jason 1.0. by 30 years.
That tracks.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure they're living in Bruce's house because look, that's this exact. Also, they haven't changed the curtains. It's the same curtains in 1975.
Hey, the cave's under that. Hey, you can't move that cave, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Commissioner Batman's living in a penthouse.
Yeah, I also like how Commissioner Batman has gone for the Batman domino look.
He's old. He can't hear. He needs to take that cow off his head.
I guess.
Oh, my lord. But again, the Joker show. I know they're talking about the Joker.
Oh, yeah, and Two-Face. Right, yes.
Oh, yeah, you once saved Batman from getting killed by Two-Face? You should have been like, I almost walked in. Yeah, I walked him right into that trap. He hanged the judge.
I don't think that would have been invented yet.
I know.
And then we get to some made up science stuff. Some element X that is 1 million times more powerful than gasoline.
Unobtainium.
Yeah. And then we have to drive home after you kids got to enjoy yourselves with the boner jokes. Now it's like, don't forget, be obedient to your parents.
Because they're the ones that give you the money for the comic books, see?
That's right.
Show them, if they have a problem with comics, show them this issue.
Don't be
right, Robin's running away. Robin, stop! Right. Yes, you're responsible because you disobeyed orders. Dang, that's heavy. Then we gotta go to the seismograph in the Batcave. That's the thing. It's supposed to be 1975 and all fancied up. They should have had a seismograph in the Batplane. Come on.
They didn't think big enough.
In their belt?
Exactly. Well, they didn't think big enough on the technology. They thought too big with the UN.
Like I don't feel like they went in deep enough.
Yeah. Then we have Count Razik, renegade scientist and international racketeer.
One point being the plane's takeoff from Science City.
Yeah.
Grad would like to have a word with you.
Take me down to Science City.
So there's no girls.
Oh!
Well, it's the 50s. Come on.
Oh, true.
Yeah, there's like weird little robot dudes or something.
I know. I was gonna say, what are these?
That tracks.
What are these bandits wearing on their heads?
It's tinfoil to keep people from reading your thoughts. See.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, and then I like Batman when Batman 2 completes his report. Oh, he has the spit take kind of thing. Oh, where's Robin? And he has 2 heads. That impetuous young fool.
See, get it? I was an impetuous youth.
Yeah, although I would just like to say that basically this comic is one of the first times that it's like they really wanted to have an obedience comic in there because most of the time Robin is very obedient in the Golden Age. It's like, oh, this is the one time that you know, and then you have a bad dream about your impending death. It's like, man, this is heavy.
Boners and obedience.
Guilt trip.
Exactly, yeah. So, Robin presses some button, and this is a robot-controlled spaceship, and there's only enough fuel to take us partway up, and then we're gonna crash to Earth.
Oh no, he's gonna pull Bucky.
Oh no.
Like, I don't know, don't you have a way of getting out of there? But whatever, it's just a dream.
Exactly, dream logic.
Son.
Exactly.
That's right, they don't have to get out.
We're falling! Dad, forgive me! Son! And then Bruce, Of course it's the sun. You're gonna mow the lawn today.
Oh, and I wanted to finish by 12.
And I wanted to finish by 12
Is that
o'clock.
rich? You're making that kid mow the lawn.
I know. Also, he's mowing the lawn with one of those old-timey mowers. Like, it's a push mower. There's no gas or electric.
That's a punishment. I'm sorry. Bruce.
I know, but it's so ridiculous. And he's like, you finished the lawn, and it's just 12 o'clock. Well, Dick, you finally learned to obey orders to the second. And this is like the one time he didn't obey orders. That's why I said this comic is really heavy-handed.
And I get Bruce wants to teach him like responsibility and stuff, but Bruce Wayne isn't rich enough to pay someone to mow that lawn.
Exactly. He's abusive.
It's also just so ridiculous because let's be real though, how is that teaching you to be obedient in an important situation? Mowing the lawn is not an important situation.
Again, it's 1951. Do what your parents say no matter what.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Happy yet? Don't talk back.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Again.
It mostly just cracks me up because of that. I couldn't love you more. You were my own son, even though you're just my ward. It's like, ouch, man, rude.
And again, remember last week, man, the men are handing that out to spankings. All you unruly children and women, man, you're getting spankings if you talk back.
But yes, this one. I know it's like and it's just such a fascinating juxtaposition with Joker's Comedy of Errors because they're in the same issue, and one is just so filled with double entendres that you can't read it without cracking up on every page. And then this one is hitting you in the face with, be obedient to your parents.
I know.
He hit him right in the face with that sack. I guess they had to have that balance, though, just because people were so,
I know, but that's...
up in arms.
But yeah, Kristen's right. It's like so... different opposite ends of the spectrum. It's like, you've got like an after school special at the end of the issue. In the first story, he's like, how many times can we scream boner?
Kids are gonna most likely read the first one and throw the comic book.
Right. This is one of, I'm sure there are others. I'd have to go back and read even more 50s comics. But if you were like, pick a Batman comic that perfectly encapsulates the 50s, this one is definitely a pretty good contender there.
If only there were space aliens, yes, it would completely encapsulate the Batman of the late.
Well, there kind of are.
Oh, yeah.
Because, we got Count Rozak and his, weird Element X nonsense and robot controls and stuff.
Science City.
Sci-fi, close enough.
Pretty 50s. Ooh, man. So, yeah, that 66, that was a pretty... When the kids bought that, they got some bang for their buck on that one. Or probably their quarter or whatever. I wonder what that one cost.
Oh, wait.
I don't know if it has the price on the cover.
Let me see. I might be able to see this here. 10 cents.
10 cents? Wow.
10 cents!
52 big pages for 10 cents.
That is quite the bargain.
52.
Been baked in since...
Their stock's going to be in a little bit, but you ain't heard that from me.
So, how about this? Before we end, what do you think is actually the biggest boner Batman has made? What is his biggest mistake?
Not marrying Catwoman.
Yeah! Thank you, Will. That's true. Batman's get married.
Yeah, wait, what's happening with that? They have that Batman Catwoman series, but...
They're kind of thinking... Well, that's kind of like... Well, part of that's set in the future, but it's like... I guess they're kind of sort of together, but... Well, they're kind of on a break, but they're kind of still together. It's very weird. I don't know.
I think that's how it's always going to be. I don't think DC's ever going to have Batman get married.
No, I think...
they gave us Superman and Lois, so I think you're right.
I just think
there's just something about the Bat family where they don't want to marry them. Plus, most of the Bat people have multiple options. And Superman has pretty much always been Lois. I guess there was Lana, but wasn't she supposed to be high school?
Tell that to Smallville.
Redheads.
Whereas, clearly Catwoman is the main one, but there's always Talia out there since they had the kid, and then I don't know. Silver and Vicky and lots of other ones. Linda from back in the day, Julie Madison that he was engaged to, and then we just tossed her out of the comics.
Doctors.
Honestly, I'd see Dick and Babs getting married before Batman and Catwoman, just to be real.
That's what I said. Yeah. That's what I said. Hey, Dick's more stable, man.
Or they could have a throuple with Starfire. Like, I'm not gonna be picky. I mean, if Jean Grey gets to have a throuple, why can't Dick Grayson have a throuple?
We don't even know if that's real. They're planned people. Come on.
And Barbara could have what? Jason Bard on the side. That was kind of her dude for a while in the 70s.
He was showing up a little bit in her last book.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they kind of left that on the side too as well recently.
I think Barbara should go back to Congress. Man, we could use.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes.
We could use a Barbara Gordon in Congress now for sure.
You know what? I would love to see that story arc in the 2020s.
Exactly. And it was so funny because back in the 70s, Dick was her intern because they were like 7 years apart. He was a college student. So I want to see a revival of that. We established that Barbara is a little bit older than Dick. She's a congresswoman, and Dick goes to DC with her as her intern. Bring it back.
They got her being more Oracle now again, so it's like, she should be like on the computer while she's supposed to be voting or whatever.
I mean, well, they're getting rid of the filibuster, so hopefully, fingers crossed, so she won't have that much time.
You know what? You could make Barbara 30, and she could be the senator that busts up the filibuster. Boom.
She could be our AOC!
That's right!
Make it happen. I want to see that so bad now that you mention it.
I mean, if Lex can be president, hello?
BOG!
That's right. Yeah, what is Barbara's middle name, though?
I don't know. What did they ever say her name?
It's Barbara.
I was gonna say she's named after her mother, Barbara Gordon.
Named after her mother and her grandmother, Barbara. No, it would probably be because when she was created, it would probably be whatever her mother's maiden name is. That's how they used to do that back then.
Yeah, but I don't know if her mom had a maiden name either. I don't think we ever see her mom when she's first created. It's like Disney. I don't know what happened to her mom. She's just not there anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we ever see Gordon with a real live wife until Batman Year 1.
Because it doesn't matter.
And then by that point, it was weird. It's like, was he her father or was she his niece?
I mean, even in the 60s show, when he's definitely her dad, you never see Mrs. Gordon.
Yeah, I always just figured she was dead or something.
And that's why everybody ships Batman and Jim Gordon. Now you know.
Clearly they should, in the 60s show, they should ship Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara. Hello, those two are always together.
Oh, if you look, O'Hara's always jealous of when Batman comes in.
Exactly.
The love
He's
triangle.
Like, Begora.
About.
Faith and Begora, you're like a man in tights.
Now, what do you think Batman's biggest blunder is? Boner.
I would say it's never going to therapy and working on his issues.
Ooh.
No.
Burn. I mean,
because
he thinks he's working out his issues by being a vigilante. That's right.
Because I think that's one of the things why I, at least, and I think Phil and maybe you, Lilith, and maybe many people who prefer the Robins, particularly Dick Grayson and Tim Drake, prefer that although they went through trauma, Dick's is pretty similar mirror Bruce's. Okay, Tim started and then his parents died kind of thing, but they've progressed beyond it. So Dick is not only going out to fight crime because he still thinks I have to do this for my parents. That was initially why he did it, but then he kind of,
But Bruce doesn't have that mirror. All the other
he closed that chapter of his life, and so he goes out because he thinks it's the right thing to do. He can't do it because he's been trained, and he thinks it's fun. Whereas Bruce doesn't have, and yes, I know Dick has closure. The person's closed, and we've erased Joe Chill from, existence. So now it's always who killed the Waynes. We don't know.
No one cares at this point, to be honest.
Right, but I think Bruce could be a happier person if he let
I think he's afraid to
himself.
be happy, though, right?
Yeah, right.
That's
yeah.
the big underlying issue. He's afraid to be happy.
So maybe that's his greatest boner. He's afraid to be happy.
Because, like, anytime him and Dick's relationship gets really good, really close, something happens.
Yeah, backhand.
And he's, like, pushed off to Bloodhaven. Don't come back to Gotham. I don't want to see you.
Right. And I think that's really been since the 80s. Because this Batman is pretty happy. I mean, that Batman was a good sport about Joker's boner. It was like, whatever. It's not going to be good, but actually, I knew what was up, Joker.
They just laughed at Joker's boner.
Exactly. He's gotten darker.
I don't know. I think Joker. I think Batman's biggest boner is either the choice of Jason Todd as, post-crisis Jason Todd as Robin, or could go literal, just the creation of Damian Wayne.
See, that's too easy, though, to say Jason is his biggest mistake. And I think that's rude. I think that's rude to Jason.
I don't think Jason was ready to be Robin, and he just, like, he needed a surrogate. He was lonely, and he's just like, no, let's grab another kid.
Yeah, it was definitely a big boner on Bruce's part to fire Dick. That was ridiculous.
Exactly.
And then if you go with year one, okay, I fire Dick for a stupid reason, and then I kidnap Jason and tie him up to a chair in the Batcave. That's a big mistake right there. That's
Yikes.
Exactly. That was kind of
questionable.
Exactly. Yes, I suppose in the All-Star verse, leaving Robin in the cave and making him eat rats, that was a pretty big boner.
Just cruel. Yeah. You got a butler upstairs, and it's just like, yeah, you're gonna stand on here and eat rats.
I'm pretty sure Alfred brought food down.
Oh, yeah,
Alfred wouldn't let somebody eat rats.
I don't know, it depends on which Alfred. All-Star Universe, maybe.
That's true. I feel like Alfred, he's a crafty devil, so maybe he would have made delicious sandwiches and then, like, cut it in the shape of a rat and been like, he ate a rat! Because it was a rat sandwich.
Oh, good lord. All right, any more boners tonight, or should call it
Nope.
I'm bonered out.
Oh!
Well, time to drink some Gatorade and go to bed.
Oh, my. All right, so yeah, next week is the last of our older issues, Batman 156 from 1963. The day Robin died.
Robin dies at dawn.
Robin dies at dawn, yes. Which gets retconned into the first appearance of Dr. Hurt.
It's very emotional. See, in that one, it provides a good contrast to our 1951 Batman. Even though you're only my ward, I couldn't love you more. Because in that Batman, he's like, oh. It's very sad.
So yes, and yeah, then in 2 weeks we should have the new issue, and we'll cover Nightwing 52 with Catwoman.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh. So yes, send your thoughts, and Lilith Hellfire, you're always welcome. Send your thoughts, kids. Russell, send your thoughts, because it's DC, Ray's not going to send them. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com.
I don't know, Ray might hear this and think, I should go back and read that issue.
This does seem kind of up Ray Ray's alley, just for the sake of the sheer
I told him, I said, it's the Joker boner. Oh, did you see, he was all excited on Twitter, because I guess they're going to get DC Universe Infinite any day, by the summer down there in Australia. So.
Oh, that's really good. I'm happy.
They haven't had it yet?
No, they've been waiting. Yeah, I know they were saying either spring or summer.
It's crazy. It's crazy how they release stuff.
I mean, it's digital. Why do you wait? Why do they wait?
Yeah, it can't be that hard.
It might be contracts or something like that.
Probably.
It was just a really nice package.
So, yeah. So, for those of you with DC Universe Infinite, because 156 is on there.
Fix the name.
I know. DC Universe Infinite. It's not infinite.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny that it's infinite, because it has fewer things than it did
Shouldn't
when
it
it was
eternal? Because that's the thing. Eternity has an end. Infinite doesn't. Like, so.
Just something with Batman in the title, because you know what sells over there, Batman. And Batman-related products. Again, this issue's not on there. I wonder why. Boner.
Wait, this one's not on? Really?
Nope. Next
That's a crying shame.
Yeah, next week's is. I think the ones last week were, but yeah, not the.
Well, it definitely was printed. It is the last issue in the Golden Age Omnibus Volume 7.
I don't know. They got shy around those boners all of a sudden. All right. So, yes, email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, Twitter. You can find links to all of the various social medias for all of our shows, links to the YouTube channel. You can watch us say boner. Links to the Patreon where we can definitely say more than boner. Links to merchandise.
Stay hydrated.
Links to everything, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please support the sponsors. Rob begs of you. Go pick yourself up some tweaked audio headphones. Hear the word boner in crystal clear HD quality. And then also go pick up Hunt a Killer. Because Michelle Gray
needs your help.
Come on, Lil.
It's an escape room in a box, and just don't be out there with the unwashed masses. It's still not safe yet. Just a great way to spend some time with yourself or a date night. Just help a girl out. Michelle Gray definitely needs your help, and we do have a code that you can use for both, which is Southgate. Because of course it is.
Because of course it is. Yes, and also for those of you learned types, one, go pick up Pod Life the book, now in digital paperback. Audio coming soon. Rob, I sent you my audio. Audio coming soon.
Lois like, stop nagging me. I did it already.
And if you'd like to read, also go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, which you should have. I think Ray said he did pick it up. Either he was going to, or he was. So yes, pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, pick up Pod Life the book, and you can get both of those on Amazon. And when you do, on a daily basis, like Lilith Hellfire, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and King of the Boners,
Rob. There's Southgate himself, the King of the Boners,
Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain.
You gotta stop calling me out like that. My accountant's gonna call me.
Please kick me in the pants.
What?
You gotta stop calling me out about my Amazon shopping. My accountant might listen to
Why did your eye drift over to my box? Mark my words.
Oh, you got a slush fund for Amazon?
At this point, practically.
All right. Thank you for joining us, kids, and thank you, special guest star Lilith Hellfire.
Anytime, you guys are just so cute.
Not only is she the boner expert, but my co-host on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. Suck it, Moon Knight.
Wait, is We Are the Nights the Moon Knight one, or that's a Batman one?
No, that's ours. Is We Are the Night. His is Into the Night. The Moon Knight.
Okay.
We are the Night. We are vengeance.
But we're Batman, so we take precedence.
Obviously.
How are you just gonna stab our triplet in the gut like that?
Hey, Northern Hemisphere, we get.
What the F?
Alright, kids, come back next time.
Actually, that perfectly sums up the Joker's comedy of errors.
Exactly. Alright, same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News.
Are you a fan of comic books? Are you a fan of comic book villains? Well, join me, Russell, as we take a walk on the dark side with Tomes of Evil, the podcast dedicated to discussing, analyzing, and overall glorifying the villains of Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and all your favorite indie books.
Tomes of Evil, a comic book villain podcast.